Okay, quick update. So I've confirmed that this is not charging. Um, and I read probably way too much about alternators, and this alternator in particular. This is a Delco 10SI style alternator, which GM used in the late 70s and 80s. The original unit on this truck would have been a generator rated about 37 amps. This is a 63 amp alternator. And what I've learned is, well, there's nothing that means this alternator doesn't work. The gauge, anything like that, doesn't matter. The way that this is set up. So this really is just not working. And I was going to take it off and test it, but I didn't have time, so I just ordered one on Amazon, and I can return it if I really need to. But I mean, kind of look at this thing and guess that maybe it wouldn't work. But what I also discovered is that the way that Chevy and GM wired the ammeter on this thing is different than the classical style. So I was kind of familiar with ammeters that are wired where everything runs to the meter, and then everything from the battery and generator side, and then on the other side everything else gets run off of that. And that's not the case on this. GM actually did it a smarter way, where they use a shunt, and in the stock system you'd have the generator there, and that would come over to the voltage regulator, and then there's the wire from the regulator goes across to the battery, and that is your shunt. So it acts as like a kind of resistor to limit the amount of current you get to your battery, so you don't charge it too quickly or overcharge it. And it allows you to run an ammeter with a connection point over there on that little terminal block, and then it would be here in the harness, on the stock harness. Now, somebody, previous owner, had rewired a lot of this stuff. So rather than the standard shunt wire, which would go to the regulator, they ran this new red wire here, and the battery output on the alternator, rather than going to the regulator over there, they ran it directly to the battery. So that means, regardless of the of whether this is charging or not, the gauge wouldn't be able to work, because there's no voltage difference that it's going to be able to measure to get the current. So I want to rewire that. Like I said, this should work fine, but it's just, other than the gauge, this is not. And then related, this little terminal. So I was looking at getting all the stuff to try and rewire it to make sure my gauge does work. And I happened to find on Facebook somebody that had a truck like this that they were parting out, and it had this trim. So he's nearby, and I went over there at lunch, and the guy wasn't there, and the truck had been pretty parted up, and the doors were missing. So I got the little cab corner piece here. I just left some money stuffed in the glove box of this truck, but the door is missing, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I misunderstood, blah blah blah." But the one thing I did get is another one of these terminal blocks, so I'm going to put this on the driver's side in there and be able to run my shunt to this, clean this up a bit. He said take whatever. He felt bad that he wasn't there and whatever. Took these custom pedals. It's kind of messed up, but they're sort of cool. Those are original options on these trucks. And yeah, the terminal block thing. So yeah, little bit of update, but thanks for watching.